We usually almost always went right around spring break. And we got down there, and I told her, I said, now let's go in and talk to the home folks, and then we'll get out and do our digging. So we went in. Of course, it was cool, and they had a fire going in the potbelly stove, and they was a whittling and chewing tobacco and spitting, and Morgan Sexton was there, and he was the next farm down from us, and the Ford Foundation had come in there and recorded him. He was clawhammer style banjo picker, and that's Lee Sexton's uncle that taught him how to play. And Morgan was playing, and he didn't have any teeth, and he'd throw his head back, and he was in his own world singing them old songs. And he had a different style of Froggy Went a Courtin'. And then when he got to Froggy Went a Courtin', he did right, hoo-da-dee-dee-ho, doo-da-dee-dee-ho. So he had a little different tune of it, but it was really good. But she was just enchanted with the whole, it was just a hillbilly household, and it was like stepping into a time warp or something. Well, we got up to leave, and I seen they had a big kettle up on the heating stove, and I said, what is it you fellers is cooking? And I lifted that lid, and there was a hog's head. Somebody hollered, souse, and I just dropped the lid back down. I know that was going to have to cook for 2 or 3 days probably. And Aggie and I got out of digging, and it started raining, and we tied a plastic bag from the grocery store around our heads and kept on digging, was getting our truck loaded. We dug up little pine trees and ferns and dogwoods and all kinds of stuff. And I said to her, boy, I'm getting hungry. I've worked up an appetite. She said, yeah, but let's hurry up and change clothes and get out of the mountains before it gets dark. And she said, we'll stop, and I want to buy your supper. And I said, well, now, if they've cooked and we don't eat, they'll be offended. And she said, oh, okay. She was worried to death we was going to eat a hog's head. I still remind her of that. We got in there, and they had fresh greens and shucky beans and neck bones and potatoes and big sweet potatoes and fresh cow butter and a big pone of cornbread. Man, I lit in on that. I said, praise the Lord. Praise the Father, Son, the Holy Ghost. Who eats the fastest gets the most. And we lit in on that. Me and her eat about half a pound of cornbread with that fresh butter on it. And, we go way back, me and her do. And to this day, if I said, I'm going down home, you want to go, buddy? She's packing her bag ready to go. I believe she loves the mountains about as good as I do.